You will never be able to consistently sing high freely without changing this very nuanced aspect of your approach. And it's kind of counterintuitive. I can't just tell you what to do. I've got to show you. Let's listen through to this passage of me singing an amazing song by Ours, Jimmy Necco, called Places. And I want you to make an observation about how I'm handling the massive range demands of this song. And go ahead, while we're listening, put it in the comments. We'll see if you nailed it after we listen to this.
I saw it moved all the pain inside. But it keep on taking me back to those places. Alright, but these keep on shaking from pride.
What did you comment? Did you mention, oh, he's using his head voice a lot? Well, understandably so. Some of that's really high, but he's not using his head voice all the time. So maybe you said something about head voice. Maybe you said something like, oh, well, he's screaming in parts, like you hear his voice break up. And other times he's not, like he's loud and he's quiet. So that variety allows you to be rangy sustainably. Yes, all of these things. The main thing, though, that I want us to notice and really lean into, and what I have to lean into whenever I'm singing something that is really rangy, that's primarily really high, I have got to be attentive to the dynamics of my vocal weight. Let's now examine a passage from Jeff Buckley. This further demonstrates this concept of dynamic vocal weight, but in a different way because of the nature of the melody than I was utilizing over the Ours tune. While we're listening to this, feel free to comment what you think that difference might be.
Oh, my love, and the rain's falling. I believe my time has come. It reminds me of the pain that I leave behind.
Now, both ways of utilizing your vocal weight are extremely important if you want the whole picture and how to utilize this in your own voice. So why I've chosen these two different passages. In the Ours tune, because it was so incredibly rangy, I would use a different vocal weight, a different placement, a different sort of technique as I was navigating either up or down. I did very little of what I utilized in the Jeff Buckley passage, which is this idea of approaching a note heavier and then taking the weight out from under it. Working with less rangier transitions in your vocal weight is actually where you should start before tackling the likes of Ours. Oh, I can be heavy. Oh, I can also be really light up there. And if I get so light that in that same area, even though I'm just talking, I go into head voice naturally, or I'm in chest voice and I'm belting. Or I can be right here, or I can be nasal, or I can kind of witchy it or screech it a little bit. Notice I'm in the same pitch area and handling my vocal weight extremely differently. The more I can do this in various areas of my range, the more I'm going to be able to do stuff like this comfortably, sustainably, and have it sound cool. Because if you notice, during that passage, sometimes I'm really high and I'm mixing, or I'm screaming, or I'm almost belting in some cases, or maybe it's like a mildly distorted thing, but it's weighty when it's high. Other times it's really light when it's high. Other times I'm fairly or relatively low, and it's not weighty. So we need to think well beyond just, oh, that's that note. I'm going to use head voice for that. Or, I'm comfortable mixing right there. Or, no, that should definitely be a chest voice note. And we're determining what kind of voice we use based on the notes. No. Don't do it that way. Instead, listen or internalize the totality of the passage or the song and be dynamic in places that you wouldn't expect so that you can bring out energies in your voice that give a more compelling performance, a more engaged performance and dynamic performance, because we're not just changing our vocal weight out of necessity. We're doing it based on creativity. This will have the side effect of allowing you to have more stamina as you sing through these things, because you're making creative choices on your vocal weight rather than simply letting the notes you sing determine what your weight is. Now, this is difficult to do if you don't understand how to fully support your voice and how to place your voice for different types of vocal weight. If you're not sure you understand how to do these things well, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. Let's listen through in pieces here, and I'll point out what I'm doing. Just sort of feeling out the lower chest voice, being loose. You can see it in the waveform. This is not, oh my love. No, oh my love. Oh, love. I go from chest to sort of a lighter chest, almost a mix, even though it's really low, and then into head voice. Now. Fall, very weighty on falling. And then ling starts, again, single note, starts in chest voice, retreats into head voice. Massive weight transfer there. There, I believe. That's actually a little more like the Jimmy Necco approach, because I'm abandoning into a different weight instead of taking a single note. But then on the end of leave, believe. Head voice again. Again, there, abandoning into head voice. But then listen to this beginning. My time. I gave it to that note, right? My. Mixy, gritty, volatile. But just for a second, right? These kinds of dynamics, I can put that in and it really means something. And it's zero tax on my voice because I'm using good technique, but also because it's just for a second. And I'm ping-ponging around all these different placements. My time has come. We went from ma to in one line. It reminds my witchy. It reminds me of, not, it reminds me of. No, if I was locked in either one of those postures for this entire passage, my voice would get tired. It doesn't get tired, even though it's high, even though it's rangy, because I'm using so many different variable weights and placements. Now listen to this. And Buckley does this stuff too in his version. That's where I learned it. Pure head voice there. But then notice how I land on the note and then grow it back into chest voice. even that, just practice doing that. And then going back out of it. See how seamless you can make it. It's not easy. And then I can reach for leave behind. Oh, belted bow, heavy. Oh, and then it's quieter. It's quieter even though it's higher. It sounds more intense, but it's more relaxed. I hope you enjoyed the in the weeds and practical demonstrations here. I encourage you to go listen to both of these songs by the original artists after having gone through this with me, and then come back and listen to my approach again, and this will start really making sense to you. I've left links to both of those songs in the description. And again, if you would like more help with your voice, figuring out all the ways that you can use airflow and placement to do what I'm demonstrating in this video, click the link below in the pinned comment or the other link in the description and join my free singing course. We'll see you for more.